Alright, so I'm glad I have a different depiction, okay, because I see the numbers differently now. I see how it makes even more crazy sense. Okay, remember that when we had the head, the clown head, we had an appendage sticking off the clown head. We had a 5. Because you never box yourself in, you always leave yourself a way out, okay? Now, because that appendage is there, you know what that does? It forces... What can you do with the singularity? It forces you to create a new 1 when you're on the edge of something that's complete. Because this 11 with a 3 by 3 by 3 enclosure is a cube. And then these are going to be 3 by 3 planes encasing the cube, and then there's going to be 2 others, this side, and top and bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, top and bottom. So that's all I counted for, okay? But what you can do with this is you can make a one-dimensional line. It goes all the way from up here. Goes all the way down. Goes all the way back up. Make sure they're connected and stuff. What this is now depicting is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All in a circle, guys. The first 6. Because this is here, and because these are the corners of the head, we know the neck. It's not really the neck. The neck is going to be here, okay? But these are going to be the hands, I think, of the little man who's sitting up with his palms facing outwards. Like this. Outwards, bent like this, at a 90-degree angle. Hand, bent like this. Neck. And then sitting probably with his feet touching in the middle at the 1 and the 3, making a 2-2, which is 4 corners and 4 lines. So you're making a square sitting cross-legged. That's how you want to sit, I guess, to do stuff. But this is how you get there. So, because we've decoded up to 50, okay? And 50 was the addition of everything, okay? We now need to know that, look, this is dot, this has to be another circle. This has to be another corner, okay? And because you have one thing encased between 2 other things, you're forced to make a new 1. Okay? You have to. And because you do that, it wants to be complete. So you're now going to create a C or a U. So if that's a 6, and that's a 6, and that's a 3, what are the chances that you're going to have a 6 going this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because you have a 6, a 6, a 6, and a 5 and a 5, that ultimately makes this one have to be a 5, right? What does that look like so far? Like, you know, a slingshot, and, you know, flux capacitor or something, you know? A Y? Didn't want to say it, but a trident? Oh, hey, look. When you have a 3 beside a 3, they usually like to be next to a 3 to become a cube. What happens when you have a 3 and a singularity and a singularity? The pattern would repeat. Hey, look what happens when you have a 3 and a 3, you know, and a 3 makes a cube, and then you have a 1 and a 3, and a 3 of 1, sandwiching a bunch of stuff. Well, there's already one of these, Might as well make another one. Okay. Now wait a minute. It's like you have 2 C's. You know? With 1, 2. Oh, there's 3. So these all have to be circled now. That's symmetry for you, you know? Okay, so now we're all a bunch of lines. We're how many lines? We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. But we're sandwiched between this and a seam. And on this side we have a dot of 3, a dot of 3, a dot of 3, a dot of 3. I wonder if the one at the end is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's evolving, you know? So I made the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I circled it in black up here. I made a little boo-boo down here. So you have to contain the 3 and the 1 and the 3 within the 1. So, you know, as my assistant Igor would say, "Yes, master. It's evolving, master. It's getting stronger." So now what have we created, guys? We've created a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've created balance, guys. Well, now that we know the shape of what's going on, okay, so it's basically, it's a 5 by 9 two-dimensional plane of balance. And look, guys, it grew. Instead of having that one little dongle, we have a 2 in the middle. We got a little dongle, like a sword pointing up. So what happens now is that we're going to have to decode what we had inside of here before I drew all these lines. Okay, to make this number, you need to take the thing before it, and you got to add the stuff and some figuration, right? However, because we have a third-dimensional cube within, you know, a 4, within a 5 actually. So we have a 3 by 3 by 3 within a 5 by 5 by 5. One can only assume there's a 4 by 4 by 4, indicating the lines, let's say. So something special has to happen. And remember, when we have a two-dimensional plane, it equals 20, and 3 of them equals a 60. And this one's a 50. So because this is a depiction in the XZ plane of a two-dimensional page, this would depict a 40. 40 plus 50 is 90, but it would be a circle. This would be like a 40 in a circle depicting a 41, plus 50 would be 91. One more thing about the 91. If you notice, balance here is 13. It's the first time we had a 2-digit character. So it has a 10 in there. So we can't account for the full 50 because there's a 10 in here. So we got, like, we've always had 1s before, but now we have a 10 in here. So we got a loose 10 from the 50. Okay? So bam, gone. We have to bring it to one character, guys. Okay, so this is now a 40. So this is going to be equal to 40 plus this, guys. It's going to be equal to everything in line with it because this is an 11. Okay? So 40 plus 28 is 68. 68 plus 3 is 71. 71 plus 9 is 80. And 80 plus 11 is 91. In the end of the day, 91 is special because that's the first time we've seen a 9 balance show up. And it's in unison with the highest dimension between a 0 and a 1.